Hello everyone and welcome to my YouTube channel. Watch my video and subscribe my channel. Hope's love for Carter tested. Liam determined to win her back. The bold and the beautiful spoilers show that Hope Logan's commitment to Carter Walton is facing an unexpected challenge. The assumption that Liam Spencer was a goner has passed, suggesting that his desire to reunite with Hope will be renewed. Devoted admirers watched Liam indicate that he wanted Hope back months before his false tumor crisis. But he didn't tell his three-time ex-wife that. Carter absolutely understood Hope's need to provide support for Liam during what seemed to be the last chapter of his colorful life. But Carter's opinion will flip as he understands that the deception Grace Buckingham committed on Bill Spencer makes Liam a healthy competition. Steffi Forrester Finnegan is also a three-time bride. Liam was also married to Steffi Forrester Finnegan on 3 occasions. Viewers know the triangular-shaped layout, or whatever it might be called, dominated the last decade-plus of this show. Between 2011 and 2023, Liam married and was divorced a cumulative total of 6 times to those 2 ladies. That extreme instability harmed him, them, and their children, with the children being of first significance. Steffi is currently clearing her brain outside of Los Angeles, California, after the many dramatic occurrences that have unfolded. Viewers know that Wood took a leave of absence from the show because she was pregnant with her and her husband's expected 5th child. Clifton's character will likely commiserate with Steffi when she returns to town on his newfound feelings for Hope. Carter Walton wants a family. Carter has been trying for years to have a family. A fact, he might have a child that one of his prior loves never mentioned. But if it never proves true, then he wants Hope to be the mother of his first kid. Theirs was an unlikely coupling, but it was also one that made sense, as viewers would know from their own work-related experiences. Plenty of people either discover love at work or know others who met in that fashion. One reason why coupling Carter and Hope made sense is that they'd known each other for years, were friends, and found themselves at the perfect emotional position in time. Ideally, they would become engaged later this year. Liam's emotional plea, Hope's torn confession, Will's memory mission. The bold and the beautiful spoilers for the next 2 weeks, August 25th to September 5th. Predict that Liam Spencer will make an emotional plea before Hope Logan makes a torn confession. Will Spencer also has a memory quest ahead of him, so here's what BNB fans can expect. During the week of August 25th to 29th, Will's going to face some guilt over the secret he's holding from Electra Forrester. Now that Will realizes Electra wasn't the one in his bed, he'll feel like he betrayed his girlfriend. However, it's evident that Will was a victim in all this. Luna Nozawa was the one who put Will in that intoxicated state and took advantage of him. Will's going to struggle as he attempts to find out what really happened, so expect for him to catch Sheila Sharp off guard when he seeks her help putting the pieces together. As for Rich Forrester, he'll disrupt Carter Walton's propose for Hope. Carter may be trying to convince Hope into eloping as Ridge steps in. Although Ridge won't be certain Hope is marriage material for Carter, he may back off in the end. Carter and Ridge will strike a bargain, so they may vow not to let their love lives interfere with their relationship. Speaking of friendship, Liam will ponder on the one he's made with Hope and wonder if maybe he feels something more for her again. Bill Spencer will help Liam recognize that he indeed wants a romantic reunion. From there, Liam will make an emotional plea to Hope and wonder if she feels the same way. Hope will be conflicted about all this when she goes to Deacon Sharp and pours her heart out. While Hope explains how torn she is between Carter and her ex-husband, Liam will keep Hope alive elsewhere. After all the horrific turmoil Liam's endured, he'll just want a happy ending with Hope at his side. Nevertheless, Carter will believe he's got his own bright future ahead with Hope. Due to Carter pressing Hope into an elopement, his wedding day may arrive sooner rather than later. The week of September 1st to 5th could bring Hope and Carter's quick nuptials, but doesn't ensure they'll actually tie the knot. There's the potential for Hope to dump Carter before they can finish their marriage vows. especially if Liam comes up with a last-ditch effort to derail the wedding. Meanwhile, Will and Electra's relationship could take a knock if she feels he's hiding anything. Since Will's going to be occupied playing detective on this disguised memory woman drama, Electra may question what's actually going on. Luna will certainly find ways to make more trouble, so Sheila may have some fires to put out as a result. Lee Finnegan also plans to have Luna meet with an attorney to discuss her next actions, so we'll see if that lawyer meeting truly happens. Finally, Thomas Forrester is set to make his B&B comeback by early September, so that's something many people are looking forward to. The bold and the beautiful spoilers suggest some stunning news and violent confrontations are on the road. Bill pressures Liam to propose to Hope. Carter risks losing his bride. The bold and the beautiful spoilers and updates indicate that Bill Spencer would persuade Liam Spencer to pop the question to Hope Logan. He wants to be sure he'll take Carter Walton's fiancée before the opportunity slips away. Liam and Hope have bonded again. Liam and Hope have been building a closer connection recently, which hasn't gone ignored by Bill, who hopes to provide his son some counsel soon. Once Bill tries to convince Liam to express his thoughts, there's a strong likelihood that Liam may expose his complex emotions. Even while Liam persuaded Hope to get back up with Carter, it was mostly because he didn't want her to feel lonely in his absence. Liam was seeking to guarantee that Hope found happiness without him, as he feared he was nearing the end of his life. However, conditions have evolved now that Liam is aware he likely has many more years ahead of him. Liam could spend his life with Hope should they reconcile. Liam could see a life with Hope at his side if they managed to reconcile. This concept might be rather enticing for Liam, as Hope's steadfast support throughout this trying time has acted as a powerful reminder of their close relationship. A part of Liam will always carry affection for Hope. Therefore, he's likely to address this with Bill and emphasize how nice it would be to mend their family with Beth Spencer. However, Liam might also be apprehensive about damaging his friendship with Hope if he seeks to pursue something more. Given that Hope is currently dedicated to Carter, Liam may hesitate to disturb that arrangement, particularly because he played a role in promoting their reunion. Liam might think a chance at happiness with Hope has slipped away, but Bill won't. Liam could assume that his chance for happiness with Hope has passed him by, but Bill could have a different perspective. According to B&B spoilers, Bill is scheduled to assist Liam in navigating his emotions and discovering what he actually wants. It's likely that Bill will also persuade Liam that he needs to battle for Hope and retrieve her before it's too late. Over the previous few months, Liam has received great insights about living in the now, so Bill might urge him to adopt that approach and propose marriage himself. Since Hope and Carter have not to officially wed, Bill may believe there's still an opportunity for Liam to make a huge romantic gesture and ask the question once more. Electra texts Will while he's in bed with Luna. The bold and the beautiful recap for Thursday, August 21st, reveals that Electra Forrester texted Will Spencer while he was in bed with Luna Nozawa. So here's how all the drama played out. At the Forrester estate, Electra was in her jammies with Ivy Forrester as she talked about the wild party and how buzzed Will got. Electra appeared delighted by Will's actions, but she also didn't want him drunk for their first time together. However, Electra felt like Will was her person and suggested to Ivy about being ready for the next step with him, maybe even tomorrow night. Ivy was pleased with that news and prophesied that things would be magical since Electra waited for the proper person. In Deacon Sharp's spare room, B&B fans saw Will's blurry point of view as he smiled about Electra coming back. It was actually Luna wearing the same mask Electra used earlier, but Will assumed it was his girlfriend and stripped down. Will began chanting Electra's name and tried to take Luna's mask off, but she stopped him at first. Luna ultimately got more into the passion and removed the mask, so it ending up on the floor near the bed. Between the darkness of the room and her position on the bed, Luna was still able to hide her identity from Will. Back with Electra, she texted Will about how much she loved him and how she couldn't wait for tomorrow night. Luna saw the text on Will's phone, but she was able to keep his attention on her. Meanwhile, Deacon Sharp informed Sheila about how drunk Will got and how he carried him to the spare room to sleep it off. Sheila suspected Will didn't eat enough to keep up with his booze intake and thought maybe Deacon should have sent Will home. Deacon informed Sheila that he gave Katie Logan updates on the situation and that Will was fine sleeping it off there. Talk ultimately went to Luna again, so Deacon apologized for bringing up a touchy issue and seemed anxious to continue his private celebration with Sheila. In a moment alone, Sheila spoke with Lee on the phone and revealed she still hadn't seen Luna. Although Sheila claimed Luna probably just needed a walk and some fresh air after being pent up, Lee concerned since she'd been gone for hours. Lee terrified that all her plans for Luna would be shattered if she were caught and placed back in prison. The bold and the beautiful spoilers suggest Luna will make some further startling moves in the coming episodes, so don't miss all the action. Hope Logan's love for Carter Walton was about to face a trial she hadn't expected, one that would challenge everything she had built with him. Even as Liam Spencer's revival from his supposed demise reignited a desire that had never truly faded. And the fans of The Bold and the Beautiful knew that the triangular dynamic between Hope, Liam, and Carter was about to escalate to levels of tension, emotion, and drama that could only be described as quintessentially operatic after months of believing Liam was gone and emotionally preparing to move forward. Hope had embraced a relationship with Carter, whose patience, understanding, and kindness had seemed to offer a new beginning. Yet the universe had a cruel way of twisting fates, and the revelation that Grace Buckingham's scam on Bill Spencer had left Liam healthy and vibrant meant that Carter's position as Hope's steadying presence was suddenly threatened by a man whose history with her was long, complicated, and deeply intertwined with her heart, mind, and memories. For Liam was not only a 3-time ex-husband to Hope, but also a father to her children, and his re-emergence stirred feelings Hope had carefully compartmentalized, while Bill Spencer, ever the strategist, recognized the opening and subtly encouraged Liam to confront his emotions, to seize the chance at rekindling a romance that had been left unresolved, and to make a decisive move before Carter could cement his place permanently in Hope's life. And while Carter's desire for a family and his deep connection with Hope made their bond strong, it was precisely the depth of that bond that left Hope torn as she grappled with her lingering affection for Liam, her commitment to Carter, and the complicated web of loyalty, history, and emotional truth that bound her to both men, and as the drama unfolded. Steffi Forrester Finnegan remained away from Los Angeles to process her own complicated emotions and familial responsibilities, her absence, creating a temporary calm in the storm, but leaving room for Carter to hope that he could finally secure a future with Hope, even as Liam, emboldened by his survival and Bill's guidance, began to envision a life where he and Hope could reconcile, where Beth Spencer could see her parents reunited, and where the mistakes of the past could be tempered by present opportunities. And yet, while Liam plotted his heartfelt plea, the parallel dramas surrounding Will Spencer, Luna Nozawa, and Electra, Forrester threatened to further complicate matters, as Will, waking from a drunken haze manipulated by Luna, faced guilt over what he believed had been a betrayal of Electra, while Luna, ever the schemer, maintained control over the deception, worried that the fragile equilibrium of their plans could collapse with any misstep. And amidst this backdrop, Ridge Forrester, entering the fray with his own opinions and judgments, challenged Carter's propositions to Hope, forcing negotiations and reluctant agreements, ensuring that while friendships were protected, hearts were not necessarily spared. And as September approached, the potential for a quick wedding between Hope and Carter emerged, though nothing was guaranteed for Liam's emotional resurgence, his heartfelt conversations with Bill, and his reflections on the bond he had shared with Hope created the possibility that he might swoop in with a last-ditch plea, forcing Hope to confront the full scope of her feelings, her loyalty, and the desires of her heart, while Will continued his own investigation into Luna's manipulations, attempting to piece together the events of the night that had left him vulnerable, confused, and emotionally raw. And as the days progressed, each character faced moments of revelation, confrontation, and emotional reckoning. Carter's hope for a family, his commitment to Hope, and his desire to elope collided with Liam's renewed passion and determination to win back the woman who had been his center of gravity for years, while Hope herself sought counsel from Deacon Sharp, pouring out her heart, weighing her devotion to Carter against the enduring, almost gravitational pull she felt toward Liam, and as she wrestled with torn feelings, she could feel the world tilting around her, each decision resonating not just with immediate consequences, but with long-term ramifications for her children, her sense of self, and the delicate network of relationships that defined her life. And as Will's memory mission unfolded, as Luna continued her machinations, as Lee and Sheila attempted to safeguard their secrets, and as Ridge and Carter negotiated the intersection of love and loyalty, the stage was set for explosive confrontations, shocking revelations, and emotional turning points that would force every character to confront the raw, unvarnished truths of their hearts, the consequences of their actions, an enduring question of whether love, in all its messy, convoluted, passionate glory, could prevail over deception, miscommunication, and the relentless passage of time, culminating in the inevitability that Hope's heart would be tested like never before, that Liam's pursuit would be relentless, and that Carter's vision of a future with the woman he loved might hang in delicate balance, teetering on the decisions made in a whirlwind of passion, family obligations, friendship, and the enduring, inescapable power of love, while every side story, the masked seductions, the legal consultations, the family interventions, the surprise returns, and the confessions whispered in moments of vulnerability, intertwined seamlessly, creating a tapestry of drama so intricate, so relentless, and so emotionally charged that the coming weeks promised to redefine loyalties, challenge hearts, and deliver the kind of high-stakes, pulse-pounding, emotionally wrenching storytelling that the bold and the beautiful fans lived for, leaving viewers breathless as they watched Hope's soul-searching journey, Liam's determined romantic campaign, Carter's hopeful persistence, Will's quest for clarity, Luna's continued manipulation, Sheila and Lee's careful strategizing, and Ridge and Bill's calculated interventions converge into a crescendo of emotional intensity, unexpected twists, and life-altering decisions, ensuring that as the next chapters unfolded, the characters' fates would be tested, hearts would be broken and mended, secrets revealed and concealed, and the ultimate question would linger above it all. Who would truly win the heart of Hope Logan, and at what cost to themselves and those they loved most? Hope Logan's heart was a battlefield as she navigated the treacherous waters of love, loyalty, and longing, caught between Carter Walton, whose steadfastness and deep desire for a family made him an anchor she appreciated and depended upon, and Liam Spencer, whose re-emergence after months of assumed death brought a tidal wave of emotions, memories, and unresolved passion that refused to be contained. And while Carter, patient yet increasingly aware of the undercurrents swirling around Hope, sought to solidify their future with the promise of an elopement, presenting the romantic, immediate solution to securing their love, Liam, guided by Bill Spencer's keen insight, began to process the depth of his feelings, the enduring bond with Hope, and the painful realization that every moment without her was a moment lost, prompting him to consider not just a plea for reconciliation, but a comprehensive emotional assault on the walls Hope had built around her heart. And as the days progressed toward the end of August, every minor incident, every glance, every casual interaction became laden with unspoken meaning, from Ridge Forrester's interruptions of Carter's proposals, testing both his judgment and his patience, to Deacon Sharp's advisory role as Hope confided her confusion and internal conflict, to Steffi Forrester Finnegan's continued absence, which, though temporary, left a vacuum in the intricate web of relationships surrounding Hope and Liam, a vacuum that allowed for reflection, longing, and the slow rekindling of romance. While Spencer's own narrative collided violently with these dynamics, as he struggled with the realization that his drunken encounter with Luna Nozawa, masked to appear as Electra, had placed him in a morally compromising position, leaving him feeling guilty, confused, and desperate for clarity, compelling him to seek Sheila Sharp's assistance in unraveling the truth and reasserting his sense of control, and even as Luna, manipulated every moment of Will's disorientation, ensuring that her own